What's going on, everybody? So it's been about like 9 days since I've done a video, and a lot has happened in those 9 days. We've had this crash and things have just gone completely crazy. But anyways, guys, in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about Ethereum because as you all know, I honestly am calling for like a 20 to 40k Ethereum. I did it in another video like months back, and I'm still standing behind that now. In my personal opinion, people are not paying attention to Ethereum, and I'm about to go over why here in today's video. So first off, before we get going on with this, so as you can see up here, we have the call to node operators pretty much asking them that it's time to upgrade execution client to support the Arrow Glacier upgrade, which is set for block 13,773, and that will be happening by December 8th. And then it says see communication upgrades here for a developer team and whatnot. So if you click this, they'll go on to talk about the whole bomb thing by I think it was like June 2022. So this is just something to keep in mind, something very, very interesting to look into. So it kind of pretty much tells you about the Arrow Glacier and tells you all about the upgrade and whatnot. And if you guys want to look into that, you can definitely go to Ethereum's website here. As you can see, December 5th, 2021 to account for the variable block times, which is today. But anyways, we're going to continue on here. But this is definitely something to keep your eyes on as well. And I'll probably go over why in another video in the near future. But right now, I just want to talk about why people aren't paying attention to ETH. I mean, that is one of the reasons, but I don't want to stretch the video out too long because if I went and pretty much like went over this, it probably would be its own video. But anyways, guys, so let's look into the market right now. So this is the CNN business. So this is just for the like global market in general, not even just cryptocurrency. As you can see right now, we are at a 20 extreme greed on there. And then when we look at Bitcoin as well, we have Bitcoin right here, which is at extreme greed as well, which is a bit lower, only by 2 points on a 18 for extreme greed. I mean, extreme fear, my bad. So as we come over here, though, there is an Ethereum fear and greed index. And as you can see right now, this is for the same exact day. And Ethereum right now is currently above both of those at a 31 for fear. So just looking at that alone is kind of something to take into consideration because, in my personal opinion, people are starting to slowly but surely move their assets and money over from Bitcoin and other things and kind of use Ethereum as a hedge. So in my personal opinion, this is going to be very good for Ethereum, and I'm going to explain why here in just a minute. Alright guys, so pretty much just the other day I shared this on Twitter. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, definitely recommend you follow me on Twitter because I can post information out a lot faster there than I can do here, as I've said before in many other videos. So pretty much what I'm saying here is like, dude, there's tons of ETH that is being burned by the second, and accumulation pressure is continuing. It's not decreasing. So there's large amounts of ETH that's being burned right now through the whole EIP 1559 and the update with ETH, and the accumulation pressure is continuing. So when something like that happens, what happens to the price? It obviously rises up. This pretty much this thing with ETH right now, ETH is pretty much pulling a Bitcoin halving in 10 times as fast of the time rate, guys. So like the time frame that Bitcoin usually has to do a halving, ETH is just doing that twice as fast. So that's definitely something to look into, as well as the speculation with the ETH to Bitcoin pairing had actually seen a nice move during that dump. And it was very, very like impressive to kind of see that, especially during a very volatile time like that. So this is definitely something to keep your guys' eyes on because in my personal opinion, the flippening is starting. So taking a deeper dive here, as you can see, we are on watchtheburn.com. Pretty much what watchtheburn.com is it is a site where you can actually watch the live ETH burn. Like as you can see here, by the second, by the minute, we've just been watching ETH burn consistently. As you can see, it's just updated again 24 seconds ago. So ETH is just consistently being burned as more and more people use ETH for just various transactions and things like that. And Watch the Burn has been up and running ever since the release of EIP 1559. So with that being said, guys, as people continue to use ETH and transactions are continuously being made, ETH is being burned at just insane rates. As you can see, like 1.4 ETH has just been burnt 42 seconds ago. Just scroll down here, the list goes on, and there's just mad ETH being burned. As you can see here, the all-time amount for ETH being burned right now is at 1.1 million ETH, which comes up to a total of $4.6 trillion, guys. Just the other day, this was sitting at, I think, like 4.5 trillion, because I had took like a video of it, and then I just kind of wanted to see what would happen with the ETH burn rate over the day amount, which I really didn't have to do because I could just click here, and if I click here, it'll tell me the amount that's been burned in the past day, which, as you can see here, it's been 8,608 ETH, guys. That's a lot of Ethereum to be burned in just one day. The amount for that is $35 million. So there's definitely a lot of ETH being burned. As you can see right here, the net reduction on the day is 65%, but if we come here to the all-time, it's 68% net reduction in Ethereum, guys. So in my personal opinion, this is definitely something to watch. As you can see down here, there are 335 users that are actually watching the burn currently live. So there's definitely eyeballs on this, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that's seeing this. So definitely this is something to look into, and personally use the knowledge to your advantage. You know what I mean? As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but when you see numbers like this, like look, 4 Ethereum, 2 Ethereum, 3 Ethereum, like there's many people that don't even have that much Ethereum in their wallets, and this amount is just being burned constantly. So this is definitely something to keep in mind, guys. Like I just can't say it enough. And also, when talking about Ethereum, we cannot talk about Ethereum without talking about Vitalik Buterin. As you can see here, he's made a post on Twitter basically stating, here's an update roadmap diagram for where Ethereum protocol development is at and what is coming in what order. He said he's sure he's missing out on a few things in the diagram, but it covers a lot of the important stuff. As you can see here, it goes over things like the merge, it goes over things like the surge, the verge, the purge, and the splurge. So if you guys want to check this out, definitely go and follow Vitalik on Twitter, because you can kind of read into this and pretty much see what's going to be going on with ETH over the long term. So this is pretty much the roadmap that a lot of people are going to be following in the near future, especially as ETH continues to rise, guys, because in my personal opinion, this is just the beginning for Ethereum. A lot relies on Ethereum. As much as people don't want to admit it, a lot of crypto relies on Ethereum, and as much as they like to complain about the prices, these same people are still going and paying these prices sometimes, or they're waiting for the price to go down, and then they pay for it whenever the gas fees are a lot cheaper, like later on at night, especially on like Sundays, like today, and on weekends, super late at night, the fees usually tend to drop down, and then they pay them. So, I mean, they're paying them either way, you know what I mean? So people are still using the network. Why? Because of the utility of it. They have to use it for variety of different things in crypto. I mean, there are other options. You can kind of veer off and use Solana and go to other places, but you can't do certain things on Solana and other places that you can on ETH. You can't have access to certain projects sometimes because of the gap between the two. So with that being said, this is definitely something to look into, guys. And right before we close out, I want to show you guys this really quick. So right now, Bitcoin is trending #1 on CoinMarketCap. That just kind of goes to show the amount of fear in the market, because it's been a while since I've seen Bitcoin actually trending, especially at #1 on CoinMarketCap, and pretty much not a good view when it's trending and it's actually down. So obviously, another thing that I want to point out really quick before I close out here is, as you can see here, the recovery between Bitcoin and ETH is completely different. Like, Bitcoin's having this slow, stale, flat line recovery, while ETH is kind of actually creating a check mark recovery and recovering a lot faster than Bitcoin is, and it also didn't dip as hard. As you can see, it's at $4,100, and just a few days ago it was at like 46, so it didn't take too much of a hit. So it was definitely a very, very nice hedge against this recent dump. But anyways, guys, in my personal opinion, I'm still standing behind what I said months ago. I honestly believe we are going to see a $10,000 ETH. We're going to see a 20, and then we will will eventually see a $40,000 Ethereum. If you guys have any of your own kind of thoughts on this, definitely leave them in the comment section below, because I definitely want to hear them and look into other people's perspective on the situation. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. If you like my content, definitely think about subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.